Hello everyone, welcome back to the Book Universe. My name is Harsimran and I hope you all are doing very well. So, on this channel, we have started a series of a very famous book which is Atomic Habits. So, in a previous video, we have covered chapter 1. So, while maintaining the same energy level, we are moving forward with the chapter 2. So, in this video, we are gonna cover the summary of a chapter 2. So, let's begin the video. First of all, the name of the chapter is How Your Habits Shape Your Identity and Vice Versa. So, we are gonna cover how these two things are interconnected. So, let's begin it. It often feels very difficult to keep the good habits for a very long time, even if we have started it with sincere efforts and full of motivation. The good habits, such as meditation, journaling, or cooking. Once our habits are established, it seems to stick around forever, especially the unwanted ones. So, despite our best intentions, unhealthy habits like eating junk food, watching too much TV, or smoking, it can be impossible to break these bad habits. So, in this book, we have two reasons why these habits seems challenging to break. The first reason is we try to change the wrong thing, and another one is we try to change our habits in a wrong way. So these are the main two reasons which we have. Consider that there are three levels at which change can occur. There are three layers of behavior change. The first layer is changing your outcomes. This level is concerned with the changing your results, like the overall outcomes, such as losing weight, publishing a book, winning a championship, etc. Most of the goals we set are associated with this level of change. The second layer is changing your process. This level is concerned with changing your habits, and the system. Uh, it's like implementing a new routine at the gym, decluttering your desk for the better workflow, developing meditation practice. The most of the habits we build are associated with this level. The third and the deepest layer is changing your identity. This is the most important, I think. This level is concerned with changing your beliefs, your worldview, your self image, your judgment about yourself and others. The most of the beliefs and assumptions and the biases you hold are associated with this level. So, the overall thing is that outcomes are about what we get, processes are about what we do, and identity is about what we believe. So let's take an example from book. Imagine two people resisting a cigarette. When offered a smoke, the first person says, "No, thank you, I am trying to quit." It sounds like reasonable response, but this person still believes they are a smoker who is trying to be something else. They are hoping their behavior will change while carrying the same belief. However, the second person declines by saying, "No thanks, I am not a smoker." It's a small difference, but this statement signals a shift in identity. Smoking was a part of their former life, not the current ones. They no longer identify as someone who smokes. Most people do not consider the identity change, they just focus on the outcome and the process. For example, I want to be a skinny, which is the outcome. And if they stick to the diet, and then they'll be skinny, which is the process. If they do not change the belief, the identity, it would be impossible to change the habit. They never shift the way to look at themselves, and they don't realize that their old identity can sabotage their new plans for changes. If we have good plans, good goals, it will not worth it without changing our beliefs and the identity. We might start habit because of motivation, but the only reason we'll stick to the habit is because it becomes a part of our identity. Improvements are the only temporary until they become a part of who we are. For example, the goal is not to read a book, the goal is to become a reader. The goal is not to run a marathon, the goal is to become a runner. The goal is not to learn an instrument, the goal is to become a musician. For example, if a person who incorporates exercise into their identity, doesn't have to convince themselves to visit the gym or to train themselves. Many people walk through a life in a cognitive slumber, blindly follow the norms attached to their identity. For example, I'm terrible with the directions, I'm not a morning person, I'm bad at remembering people's name, I'm always late, I'm not good at maths, and I cannot handle the technology. So, and many other variations of it. We set a belief that we are not good in it. It is obvious that there is an internal pressure to maintain the self image and behave in a way that is consistent with the beliefs. So there is a biggest barrier in a positive change at any level, like as an individual, team, society, that is identity conflict. If we have decided that we are going to change the habits into the good ones, but if there is a conflict between your identities, so we'll fail to put them into action. Becoming the best version of yourself requires continuously edit your beliefs and upgrade and expand your identity. Moving forward, it is sure that we are not born with the preset beliefs or identity. It is learned and conditioned through the life experiences. More precisely, our habits are like how we embody our identity. When we make our bed each day, we embody the identity of an organized person. When we write each day, we embody our identity of of a creative person. And when we train each day, we embody our identity of an athletic person. What we believe, there is always an evidence. For example, if we go to any religious place, it means that we are religious. If we study a particular subject for 1 to 2 hours, it means we are studious. Moreover, if we go to the gym, even there is a harsh weather, it means we are committed to the fitness. The more evidence we have for a belief, the more strongly we'll believe it. It makes our belief very strong. So here I want to give an example of the writer which he has given in the book. He was not a writer before, uh, because he did not consider himself as a writer before it. His professors, college professors, and his teachers told him that he was an average writer, so certainly not a standout. Then he began his writing career while publishing a new article every Monday and Thursday for the first few years. As the evidence grew, so uh, so did his identity as a writer. He didn't stand out as a writer. He became one through his habits. He make his habit of writing. Each experience in your life modify your self-image. But it's unlikely you would consider yourself as a soccer player because you have kicked a ball once, and you consider yourself as an artist because you scrambled a picture. As you repeat these actions, however, the evidence accumulates and your self-image begin to change. When we repeat the actions or repeat the actions, it begin to change our beliefs and perception towards the goal and the outcome. So it became a way to change our life. So these things are not happen suddenly or very quickly. This is a gradual evaluation of ourselves, our perception of our self-image, behavior, habits. All these things take some time to get better or change, to make the goals and outcomes better. Because we change bit by bit, day by day, habit by habit, we are continually undergoing micro evaluations for the self. So while putting all these things together, you can see that habits are the path to changing your identity. The most practical way to change who you are, to change what you do, means each time you write a page means you are a writer. Each time you practice the violin, you are a musician. Each time you start a workout, uh, means you are an athlete. Each time you encourage your employees, it means you are a leader. Each habit not only gets result but also teach us something far more important things, such as we start trust ourselves, and we start believe that we can actually accomplish the hard things, we can get the required outcomes that we want. Furthermore, if we casting the same votes we always cast, we are gonna get the same results. Nothing can change. It is a simple two-step process. The first one is decide the type of person we want to be, and the another one is prove it to yourself with the small wins. First, decide who we want to be. What are gonna be our principles and the values? Who do we wish to become? So these are the big questions, and most of the people are not very sure where to begin, but they know what's their goal. For example, they want a very good health, they want stressless life, and they want a very good job, or they want to start their business. I think that's fine. We all have some confusion. What we have to start first? We want a first like we want a good health. So do we want to firstly focus on the good health, or living a stressless life, or first we have to focus on a business, or finding a good job? So this book has provided a best solution that I think, and I found it very impressive. Start there and work backward from the results. We want to the type of person who could get those results. This it means that firstly we decide that these are the goals, and then think which type of person can achieve these goals. Then we can brainstorming that what are the qualities, what are the values or the belief we want to become this person who can achieve the certain goal that we want. So for that, we can ask some questions from ourselves. For example, who's the type of person who can lose 40 pounds? Who's the type of person who could run a successful startup or a business? Then who's the type of person that could learn a new language? So these are some kind of questions that we can ask to achieve our goals. You can modify your questions according to your goals. Firstly, we need to decide what we want to do, what we want to become. Then we have to decide what type of person that could achieve such goals. Then we need to modify ourselves, the beliefs, the behavior, the habits according to that person. I think this is the most easy way to achieve our goals. Here, let's consider an example again. For example, uh, who is the type of person who could write a book? It is probably someone who is consistent and reliable. These are the quality of a writer. So now our focus shift from writing a book to begin a type of person who is consistent and reliable. These are the identity based things. First, we have to look at the identity of that person. We need to become a consistent and a reliable. So these are the qualities of a writer. So for that, we need to focus on the identity or the belief that we want to achieve the outcomes, because our identity and the belief work as a magic to achieve the best version of the outcomes. So, while concluding the chapter 2, the focus should always be on becoming that type of person, not getting a particular outcome. So, we need to focus on the positive belief towards the outcome. If we want to achieve the required outcome, so we need to change our beliefs, our behavior, the habits. So, that can help us to to get the magical results from it. So this is the end of the video. We have learned so many things together, and I hope you will like this video. And thank you so much for listening me. Thank you very much.